Hi everyone, I'm Sam, and today's topic is going to be how you charge your e-bike. Very fundamental because the e-bike is way more fun with power. And for this I'm going to use the Kalkhoff Entice 3B just to show the mechanics of how you charge it and also some information that you can get from your bike to let you know when to charge it. And while we're on the topic, we're going to ask our service centre as well. Their top tips for looking after your battery because it's a valuable part of your bike. There are things you can do just to preserve the longevity of it and really get the best value out of it over the long term. So really what we're trying to do here is not do what I did fairly recently. Okay, a great lesson for those who are new and not so new to e-bikes. I forgot to check if the charger was actually turned on after I plugged it in, and this is what happened for my commute. E-bikes are a lot more fun with power. Believe me, it's no fun when you run out of battery, so there's a few good things just to get into the habit of. So as I mentioned, this is the Entice 3B and this runs on the Bosch smart system. Pretty much with any e-bike, there is going to be somewhere on the bike where you need to charge it, and generally it's going to be either around where the motor is or it's going to be where the battery is at one end or the other. On this particular bike, your charge port is here. Now, I know not everybody has got the luxury of having a garage or a carport that's got a power point in it, and you may need to, or even if you're out touring, you may need to take your battery out to charge it too. About 80 to 90% of e-bikes will let you take the battery out. Not all of them, but a high proportion of them. I'll just show you with a Bosch power tube, and the principle's the same on pretty much any of the batteries, just how you can charge it. So how we know the bike is actually charging is that this light is blinking, and as you get more charge, you'll get more bars. It'll also tell, if you've got a display, it also tells you that you're charging it and then also what the percentage is. My habit is I go out for a ride, come home, I pretty much put it on charge straight away. What you need to do, and what I didn't do the day I ran out of charge fairly recently, was I forgot to turn it on at the wall. Yes, it was quite a hard ride for the second half of the ride because I was really managing. I wanted to still ride under power, but I almost made it, but not quite. So just on that, you can always tell how much charge you've got. Remember your battery is a little bit like a giant iPhone battery or a giant laptop battery, made of the same substance, and just like those, you've got range or battery level indicators. So on the Bosch and on this particular bike, because you've got the LED display as well as the kiosk display, there's two places which tell you how much range you've got. And if you're super lucky and you've got something like the Bosch smart system, it's going to give you a prediction of what range you've got left in all of the modes too. So very handy if you're out on a particularly long ride. Worthwhile taking a look at when you come in from your ride. You don't have to charge every day. I just do, because sometimes when I go out riding, I just decide to do something completely different halfway through the ride, so it's handy to have the battery for it, but you don't need to charge every day. But I think in terms of looking after your battery and preserving its life so you get the best out of it, I'm going to throw across to Alexander, who's our head tech in our service centre, just to give you a few tips about what you can do to really maximise your life of the battery.
Thanks, Sam. So a couple of important things with our batteries. First of all, chargers, lots of different types. Now, always really important to be using the charger supplied with your bike or correctly compatible. So if you lose or break a charger, make sure you go get one that is the correct model for your bike. With your batteries, when you're charging these or storing these, it's worth being mindful of temperature. They will turn themselves off if the range is exceeded. So if you've put this in your car, parked it up in the hot sun in the middle of summer, it's gonna get too hot. It's gonna go into protection mode. It's not gonna work till it cools off. Ideally, we don't want to put them in that condition in the first place, so good to keep them somewhere cool and dry. When you're using your batteries, there's absolutely nothing wrong with running them all the way down to empty. That's okay. You've gone for a huge ride. Awesome. Good work. But we want to get those charged back up straight away. We don't want to store a battery empty. So if you get down to 0%, hope it was a really good adventure, but plug it in when you get home. Don't wait till next month. One of the easiest ways to have a battery fail on you is to store them really low. With the modern lithium battery, there's no need to run them down for the sake of running them down. Is usually what we will suggest is just getting them charged all the way back up. When you get home, then they're ready to go for you. There's only one exception. If you're going to go on holiday for a couple of weeks, not going to use the bike for a while, Bosch suggests a storage range of around 20 to 60% charge levels. So we like to go a little bit higher than that here. So generally that 60% is a pretty good mark. Chemistry in these batteries is really complicated. The easiest way to think about them is that they're like a pond of water. If you let it sit, you don't use it too often, that's going to go stagnant, that water. Whereas you use your battery regularly, you're going for rides regularly. Doesn't necessarily have to be long rides either, but the more you use that battery, the more the charge level is cycling, the longer we generally see those batteries will last. So we have some pretty impressive stories out there of original batteries having done 40,000 kilometers. Best thing to do, use them a lot. That'll get you the best value you possibly can out of them.
So there you go, very fundamental part of owning your e-bike, being able to charge it, because as I said, it's not much fun when you run out of charge. You can pedal it, but it's a lot heavier. With those tips on how you can preserve it for the long term as well, what you should have is a bike which is going to give you years of pleasure, literally years of pleasure, particularly if you look after that battery.